Okay there, Lindsay. Well, lovey, this one is just for you. Yes, love, I got your message. I'm sure it is you. You've no reason not to be, but you get so many weirdos on here, lovey, you just don't know. Yeah, this is for the lovely, persecuted young lady who doesn't deserve what she's been put through this last week or so. I'm on your side, lovey. I said it in the original video. Well, I am, so don't worry about that. And there's lots more like me out there. There's more like me than isn't, I promise you. Just that not as many stand up and say it. But I'll say it, love, you've done nothing wrong. All you've done is have an opinion. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion. You've said nothing nasty. I'd sit next to you at any football game or anything for that matter. Doesn't matter to me at all. There's nothing wrong in you whatsoever. Right, can you share it, you ask? Of course you can. No problem at all. I'm not stupid, Lindsay. I know if you shared it, you'll have lots of people following you now because of what's gone on. I might pick up some subscribers from it. And everyone's after an edge on this there YouTube. Me included. Yeah, I never ask anybody for anything. I've never asked for subscribers. I never, ever had. That's why that's up there. I'm embarrassed doing it. But to that end, I might pick up some people that are now following you that think you've been persecuted, like I know for a fact that you have. I'll also gain some haters that might see the video because there's not as many of them, but unfortunately they shout the loudest, as you found to your cost. I said to wife the other day, I'm going to go out one of these days and someone's going to punch me. I won't deserve it, but it'll happen. But as long as they don't punch you or do anything to me kids, I'll accept it. Because at the end of the day, I feel people have to stand up to what's going on out there. At this moment in time, this country's going to the dogs. And one of the big reasons is there's too many activists out there telling us what we should say, feel and think, and it's totally out of order. I always thought we was born in a free country and had the right of speech. It's getting eroded day by day. And I'm not for it at all. Just so you know, I've got no edge, Lindsay. Well, you'll know I've not because you've seen my video. You didn't know who I was. I posted it pretty quickly. I know old Nigel. You've been with Nigel since because I've seen the interview you did with Nigel. And I know old Jim Davidson's even stood up for you. But I must say, although he has, and I've got nothing against Jim, there was a couple of things that he said on the piece that he did that wasn't quite right. He said something about Brianna, which I wasn't very happy with, but that's another story altogether. But still, he knows you've been wronged, and you have. What I'll say to you, love, just because you know there's no edge. I mean, I could pick up some followers from this. I'm a new channel. I'm 9 months old. I've got 1,500 subscribers. My aim is to make a career out of it further down the line. For all I do is just talk here in this studio, bedroom studio, about all kinds of everything. But gender and trans and everything is a big subject for me and has been for a long time. It's only 9 months old, but I've had a lot to say. And I've only had a lot to say because I don't like the way the country is going. I've got no problem, as I've said in the past, with people being straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, trans this, trans the other, or anything else. I've got no problem. No problem with religions, male or female, colour of skin, anything. I've got no problem with anything. I don't even mind you supporting Newcastle. If you support Liverpool, it'd be a different story. But you support Newcastle, so that's not so bad. But I live and let live, and everybody should. But that said, we should all have an opinion and we should all be allowed to say what we feel without being nasty. And what you said, there was no nastiness in there at all. None whatsoever. Just so as you know, I'm genuine, I'm true. I've got a favour to ask, Lindsay, but you don't need to do it. You can just do the one you said. No problem at all. But for people that see it, and yourself included, I've done a few, Lindsay, that you might like yourself. Have a look. Let me put a background behind it so you can see. Just pause it now, Lindsay, and have a look at those. If you'd have a look at those, love, you'll realise some of them was done, the channel's 9 months old. One of them was done about 8 months ago about Ron DeSantis. You might not even know who he is, but he has an opinion, and it's all to do with trans and gender and bringing children up. There's something about J.K. Rowling that no doubt you may have heard of, but you may not have done. And there's a few things there. There's one about a teacher who lost his job in Oxford a few years ago, who's trying to now get it back or get compensation again. Done nothing wrong. Just like yourself. Just a throwaway line, nothing meant in it. Lost his job. And it's because of all these people shouting louder than everybody else, these activists that are trying to shape the country to the way they want it. And there's some amongst us that won't have it at all, and I'm one of those some. That said, I'm not shouting, screaming about anybody. As I say, if somebody's transgender, transsexual, I don't care. It doesn't hurt me at all. What I don't want, and I've said this in many pieces, I don't want men dressing as women playing sport against women. It's totally unfair. Never happens the other way. You never get women dressing as men and playing against men because they can't beat them. But fellas want to do it against women because they can beat them and they can win things. And I don't like fellas, whether they're dressed as women or not, going in women's changing rooms and getting changed and what have you. I don't like it. I don't want it for my wife. I don't want it for my daughters, and I've got 2. I don't want it for my grandkids, and 2 of them are girls. I don't want it. I think it's wrong. And I'm prepared to speak up. Now, many might not agree with me, but I don't care. That is my opinion. And I'm allowed to give it, like you was allowed to give yours. What your football club has done to you is criminal. What the FA's done to you is even worse. But the football club shouldn't have let it happen because they shouldn't have contacted the FA or whoever. It's just shocking. I hope you get it sorted, love. I hope you can forgive your football club because you supported them since you was a kid, I believe. But I do feel sorry for you. If you're unhappy and you can't support them again, there's a cracking team down here, love. They dress in red. You're used to black and white. They dress in red. No, not the Scousers. No. They're called Manchester United. So you've still got a United there, but it's not Newcastle. If you want another team, love, that's who to go for. Great history, great club. Some bad decisions these last few years, but they've been a great club and they will be again. They're a good crowd. You could do worse. Anyway, share it with whoever you want. I might get some subscribers from it. I know you do the tags on it and stuff. Britain's grumpiest Tollgate. Tell them come and look. It'll be younger people that'll know you, but many older people will be visiting whatever sites you've got, whatever social media you've got, I would imagine, because it's the older people that'll be more upset for you, that will be more in your camp, because the older people know that you've said and done nothing wrong. You just, I think, and I don't know exactly what you said, but I think just talking a bit of common sense, nothing more than that. But whether it's right or wrong in the eyes of some, you've not meant it in a derogatory or nasty way, or I don't believe you have. I just think you've done nothing wrong, which is why I did the video. But yeah, I'm always after new people. You can play that, love, to back up what you've said, but also it might gain me some subscribers. It could go berserk for me over the next, God knows how long. I could get loads of it, because I would imagine loads of people are following you, and rightly so. I just hope the FA do a U-turn and realise the error of their ways. They should compensate you, love, as well. Following you for, I think they published, phone numbers or addresses, and then following you, walking your dog and whatever else. Honestly, you should get compensation. You want to get one of these no-win, no-fee fellas against them. You'll get some money out of it, love. You would. Because somebody will come on your side that believes in your fight. Go to the FA and get it sorted and get a few quid out of them. They can afford it, love. Not that that's what you're in it for, but go and get a few quid and make them pay for what they've done. They've treated you abysmally, love. They really have. There's an email address on my website there, love, on the channel. It's there in the home section or the about section. If you want to drop a line in, you can. If ever you want, if you're ever down and you've got your mum there, you've said to your mum, that's fine. But if ever you're on a down, you want to talk to me, just message me, love, I'll talk to you and I'll give you some good advice on anything and everything. I don't care what you are, as in being a lesbian. I don't care what you are. I don't care who you support, as long as it's not Liverpool, and I know it's not. I don't care. And I believe you've got a right to your opinion, and that's all you did. You exercised something, and not in a malicious way. And only to friends and other people on one of these social media things, or whatever it may have been. I don't go on any of them, love, so I don't know anything about them. This is the extent of me, YouTube. I struggle with this, so I can't do anything else. But Lindsay, play it to whoever you want to play it to. By all means, love. Not a problem at all. But them videos I'm saying there, they were done months and months and months ago, many of them. If you get a chance, watch it yourself. If you've got a spare hour, you probably don't have with all that's going on. I actually, before I done this video, listened to them back and I thought, is there anything upsetting on there, or anything that I don't agree with since I posted them, or anything inflammatory, or anything wrong? And I thought, no, I'm happy with everything on there, no problem at all. I've got no problem with it. I'm just talking what I believe to be common sense, and I'm using what I believe to be free speech in a country that is supposed to be behind free speech. You found to your cost that they're not, but you'll get it sorted, love, one way or another, you'll get it sorted. Good luck to you anyway, lovey, and thanks for getting in touch, and thanks for your mum to passing it on.